here for the interview too? Run away!
Assistant, come here and analyze this data. There appears to be a miscalculation on page 117. You've left a recursive. It appears that my assistant has somehow changed into... So, where did he go? The man just now... You aren't the assistant that was appointed to me by City Hall. Just now, did he... run away? Tara's education system is underwhelming. I'm finding the lack of interest in the subject somewhat surprising. City Hall promised me a capable assistant. At first, they even suggested that fried cook at the saloon. An archaeologist? I see a glint of discovery in your eyes. Perhaps you could fulfill this role. I am quite busy making preparations for an observation of an old-world orbital construction visit. We will begin tomorrow. You can report to the research center at your convenience. For the sake of clarity, I will be paying you according to Sandrock regulation.
How are you? I take it you got our letter? My, that Burgess. That child went around to everyone in town to check up on the results he came back with. I must say were rather shocking. 80% of those who took the survey reported that they were at least suffering some form of anxiety. So I got together with our resident expert in fun, Katori. Well, Katori, why don't you tell our fine builder friend he...
It's my pleasure, Minister. I must thank you again for getting the church seen now. Way I see it, the only cure to these psychological drudgery type how do you do's, seeing as Gecko Station has recently become unoccupied, we now have the opportunity to turn a negative into a positive. I present to you Sand. Sounds sleek and sophisticated, something the youth can identify with. Our tourism profits will quintuple over.
This is where you come in, builder. We need you to help us build up some of the things.
I've already explained our needs to Mianne. She'll be making the sand sleds. I need you to help us make the sun. When you're done, please install north of the old Giegler building.
How lovely! I love it when a plan comes together.
Hey, I was at work and I heard someone come in because my house is next door, and I'm glad it's you. Whoa, you really pulled all the stops out on this one. Books, rocks, heck, you could just put about any. Let me just collect all my rocks here, and we... Cool. Say, do you want to stick around for a bit? I mean, maybe you could help me decide which rock... Alright, cool. Let me just put on some tunes to set the mood. So the short of it is, I like to organize the rocks into 3 categories: high, mid, and low tier. The mid tier represents the one I think are all right and definitely deserve a seat at the table, or a rock shelf. And low tier, well, those rocks I'm not a super fan of. Let's start with the top. First we got onyx, painite, zinc, and then this one. I don't know what it is. Onyx is dark and mysterious. It's pretty shiny, reflects light, makes you kind of wonder about the universe. Next is painite. Despite the name, it's really got nothing to do with pain. It's just a nice red rock. Then there's zinc. Zinc is really useful. It's found in the wirings of our telegraphs, street lamp posts. Why, even the firing pin. Last but not least is this one. I had some stuff to say about the other ones, but not this one. Oh well, ready to choose your favorite? And hey, in case you didn't think the stakes were high enough, despite it already being in high tier, why don't we also choose the rock that makes us think of each other? I'll go first, painite, because it's the best rock, and you're the best rock. There can only be one best rock by definition, and I already said it was you. Okay, now you go. Wow, you think I'm useful as zinc? That's a tall order. I don't know if I can fill those shoes. No one's ever been able to make shoes large enough for zinc. Nice. They look good up here. High and mighty, wondering what the peasant rocks are up to. Next is mid-tier. We have sulfur. Sulfur is toxic. I just like the way it looks. It's slightly toxic to touch, but definitely don't lick this one. Next is selenite. Some people call it selenite rose. Couldn't really recommend licking it either. I mean, maybe once or twice is fine. It's pretty much just salt. Well, I just always thought they are. I never thought I'd have to convince anyone of it. Glad. Last, but again, not least, is coal. I place coal in the mid-tier because I just kind of like it. I mean, it is kind of an ugly chunk of gunk, only good for being used up, and then when it is, it harms the environment. I'm all picked out, I think. You're gonna have to fly solo from here on out, I think. Which one makes you think of me? True. That is so me. Toxic. But you know what else? I like to look on the bright side. Being toxic ensures that people will never want to lick you. And who has time for that? Alright. Whew. Finally, we're about ready to wrap things up with low tier. Last and least. Need a minute? Or are you ready? Thanks. It's nice that you're listening. It's one of the things I like best about you. Not everybody likes to listen. I don't mind if they don't, but it's better when somebody does. Especially when it's you doing the listening. Gotta write that one down. Later. On. Alright, final tier. These are a lot of what people call regular rocks. Granite, sandstone, marble. Some of them have bits of quartz. When it comes to squeaking into bottom tier, the main thing I look for here is hustle. What shape is the rock? Does it look like it's a hard worker? This piece of granite to me looks like a fluffy cloud. The fact that such a hard, sturdy piece of rock could be so fluffy. This sandstone, the fact that it's called a sandstone and not a sandrock, despite its location, I can't help but admire its rebellion. This quartz, there are many others like it, but this one's mine. It's the most common crystal in the world. Tuh. In some places, it's see-through. In other places, it's milky and not so see-through. Is it hiding secrets? Is it transparent about other things? Even though it's common, its shape is unique, the same way every snowflake is unique. And when it wants to, it can create well, like just about any crystal really. That's why quartz is bottom tier. So now I ask, which of these do you think represents us? Sorry, I keep changing the rules of this game and stuff. I kinda just made it up on the spot. Need to work? Yeah, in a weird way, I think it is. Wow, there you have it. That took a lot longer than I expected, but the results speak for themselves. This is probably the best display I've ever seen. Thanks for helping me. Feel free to see ya.
Yeah? Uh-huh. Howdy there, partner. Can't say I recognize you. Afraid I ain't got time for pleasantries at the moment. Speak with Mabel if you have business with the ranch. Yeah?
Hi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Good. You're up. I'm also up. I like daytime because that's when the sun is out. Hey, I have an idea for something that will be really fun. Well, unless we get attacked by monsters or something along the way. But if that doesn't happen, should be good. Can you meet me tomorrow at 8 p.m.? Great. Bring that rock with you too. The one I gave you that looks like a cartoon heart. But not, don't forget, tomorrow at 8 p.m.
How's it going? Getting used to. I've been trying to think of ways to fit in and make new friends. So, I've noticed that there's plenty of stuff around town that needs fixing. Anyway, we could prepare some materials. Nice. The Sandrockian. Here's a list of materials you can get together.
Why are you still here? Are you expecting a handout? Now listen here. When I was your age, I was taking care of 15 Yakmel, 45 chickens, 12 brothers and sisters, and nobody, not once, not never, I said nobody. So I ask myself now, what in the Sam heck would I be doing if I... Good, you've returned, so I might yell at you some more. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. Now, where you get off going around asking for handouts when good, honest, hard-working people like yours truly are out in the fields, breaking their backs, sweating their behinds off?
Did you remember the special rock I gave you? Great, I have special plans for it. I'm really glad you're here. Sometimes it feels like we never get to do stuff together. You're always building things. I'm always walking around looking for bad guys. I wish we had more time to do stuff. You may have noticed this extraordinary pile of rocks next to all the regular rocks that are usually here. I chose them especially for our date tonight. You know I love to stack rocks in different ways. It's been a relaxing. Lately, I've also been thinking about everything I do better when it's with you. Then it hit the most favoritist thing ever. So here's my plan. I'll make part of this thing thinking about you and how happy I am when I'm with you. If you do the same and finish the parts I left empty, then it'll be like the rock version of our love. Huh? No, it is our love in rock form. Well, without further ado, quick, what's your favorite color? But you can only choose Rufus or Sepia. Nice. Darker than brown, lighter than black. Okay, perfect. I was hoping you'd say that. Okay, next. What's your favorite shape? But you can only choose mountain, heart, or thumbs up. Like a bigger version of the heart-shaped rock. A sequel. If there's anything I know about anything, the world can all start with a good foundation. Okay, I'll put this one here. Huh, Oops, almost dropped one. Now for the final piece. You can add the stone that symbolizes our love yourself. This might be the best night of my life, and now you've left a piece to remember it by. A complete stack, made by us. Steady. Thank you for coming out here. I know stacking, it's late. We should get you home and tucked in for the night, so you won't be too tired tomorrow. Sweet dreams, my love. You